We're very happy about the win. Obviously, we wanted to go into the Christmas break and the finals break feeling good about ourselves. NIU's a scrappy team. They were down a player or two. Maybe it would have been a different game, but we're down a player or two as well. So everybody's fighting injury and fatigue and all kinds of things. And you have to keep fighting and scrapping until you can get yourself back on track. I thought Shelly Marble did a great job. She came in and gave us a huge spark off the bench. We've been waiting to see that, but then I had to get her in the game and let her play through some of her jitters and things of that nature. But I thought she did a great job. Dakota came in as usual and did her thing, and others contributed. So we're in the turnover situation really low, so we got to keep that going. But I thought we broke out in that third quarter, which we've been waiting to do. Sometimes we've had a history of coming out in the third quarter not very energetic and focused. So.
Yesterday, you kind of putting the onus on your senior guards to assert themselves, to make a difference. It seemed like across the board, at one point or another, everybody stepped up for you today.
Right, they
did.
did.
See what you were looking for there?
I saw what I was looking for. The Posts have done a great job with their defense for the most part. But it's other teams' guards that have hurt us. So we got to commit to stand in front of our player and making sure that they can't turn the corner and get layups, because that never is going to bode well for your defense if you're giving up layups, because then it leads to fouls. So we did a better job, but we know some bigger and better opponents are coming in, and we got to continue to do that. But it's nice to see it, because then you can hold people accountable.
On the defensive end, when you guys, when you had the guards drop down to the baseline midway through the first quarter, I counted you had more than 20 stops via that set. Why was that so successful tonight, and how important was that to your defensive game plan?
Well, they had one or two shooters. Some teams are going to have, Green Bay is a different story. You can't do that against them. So we try to adjust to who we're playing. That seemed to work, so you keep with it. The pick-on ball seems to be working as well on the offensive end, so you keep with that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
Was there something you guys were doing differently in the second half to get that big lead than in the first, or was it just making layups?
We were taking care of the ball, taking shots that were open and available, making them fight through screens. Some of that is just fatigue on their. I mean, if you're getting screened every time, you're like, gosh, And they weren't switching, so we just told our guards to hesitate and then turn the corner if you can. If not, kick it out. And Nicole started taking her shot. I yelled at her one time, and she said, well, the girl was running at me. I'm like, then she hits three more after that, and the same thing. The person running at you, shoot the ball. Dakota turned down some open shots. I'm on her about shoot the ball. And then she finally shot it in the corner. She get 2 threes. We set that pin screen for her, and she's wide open, and she doesn't take the shot. So we're always nitpicking as coaches. We want the best. We want them to play perfect if they can, and when they don't, we on them.
Dakota, after kind of a rough game a couple days ago, your motivation today, your mindset coming into this game, could you describe that?
I think it stemmed from this being my last non-conference game of my college career, and also making sure that we go into the Big Ten with a bang, a win. So I think that I kind of just brushed off the Green Bay game. I know I didn't play my best game, but I just made sure that I reversed my mindset and just came out ready.
Shelly, it's kind of a different look with 2 point guards on the floor a lot. Usually it's one or the other of you. When you're both on there, it kind of open up things.
Yes, for sure. I think for me, it just makes me feel more comfortable out there with Dakota, being that this is my first year. But yeah, for the most part, it does open up things a lot.
Shelly, with Kayla out, did you have a different mindset coming into the game, or what made you so successful tonight?
Honestly, I just been reevaluating myself and have been doing in practice and for the past couple weeks, so that was part of it, but also knowing that I had to step up because Kayla was out.
And Shelly's you can see the girl can play. I'm on her about working on her shot all the time, because I want her to be somebody that they cannot leave. She has that capability. Her shot is, you see it. It's straight up and straight down. It's not a lot of error in her shot, but you got to get your reps up. You got to shoot thousands and thousands of shots to be automatic. And I think she's learning that in her role. This being her first year actually playing. She was here last year, but again, if you're not out there, you don't know. So we have a lot of confidence in Shelly. We have a lot of belief in her. But seeing is believing. And so now that we have seen, now we can put her out there because she can definitely handle the ball. As you can see, the ball is not taken from her. She pushes it. She plays hard. She will take her open shot and knock it down. So she's just going to build on this. And we know now we have another guard we can rely on to come out there and so we can hold her accountable to that because we've seen it.
Almost across the board, if you look at most of the people who played significant minutes, you got good stretches out of them. Nicole had her best shooting night. She makes 5 for 5 threes. Seemed like everywhere. Is that one of those where's this been kind of nights for you?
It's strategic. We try to get like in the pros, the NBA, they have a rotation. So we doing that now. This is the first game where we've had a rotation. That's why you've seen a lot of people running in and out. Part of it is they get tired. And if you don't have a rotation or you don't quite know when to take them out, they're going to break down somewhere. And I think people being fresh and giving Shelly and Marcia and Rosie and all of our subs more time in the game, even though they kind of mistake here and there, you got to, because you can't wear out your starters. And so I think we're going to stick with this rotation. And it also gives them an opportunity to know they're not going to be yanked after one. You know, I told them if you turn it over, you got to come out. But if you're taking care of the ball, you're taking good shots, you're helping us run our offense, you know, we can live with some of the mistakes, playing good defense and things like that. So I think they can play more relaxed. We can not go crazy on the bench as coaches. And then everybody gets an opportunity because, you know, if I play my 2 minutes hard, I'll be right back in there. So some people have a little longer stretch than others. But I think we have to do that with a short bench because we don't have a lot of subs. So we can't wear out our starters in the fourth quarter. We need them to look fresh, and they're tired. They, you know, legs feeling like they're 100 pounds apiece. So hopefully this will help us throughout the year be very, keep them maintain a fresh legs in the game.
Coach, about last night's announcement with Bo Ryan retiring, have you talked to Coach Gard? What kind of interaction did you have with Coach Ryan? Were you surprised? What was your reaction?
You know, we knew it was coming at some point. We didn't know when, and that was his prerogative to say when. If he feels like this is the time and to give Greg an opportunity to at least show, because maybe at the end of the year he may or may not have had that opportunity. That's the way I look at it. So Bo is trying to take care of somebody that's been very loyal to him and has been in the trenches with him since probably day one of Greg's, you know, obviously Bo's a little bit older than Greg, but of his young career and his opportunity to be in this first chair. It's hard, it's tough, it's pressure, and he'll figure out if it's what he wants to do or, you know, because he's been an assistant for a long time. Most assistants that have come, you know, been with somebody of Bo's caliber, they could have probably gone on to be at another school, but that just tells you what kind of guy Greg is and what kind of guy Bo is. So, you know, I've tweeted out it's sad to see someone that you can chat with every day and you kind of take it for granted they're going to be there. But we knew it was coming, and I'm just happy for Coach Ryan as his success here, and we want to do the same thing with our women's program that he did for the men's program. Put it on the map, you know, but you got to have the right kind of players that believe in what you're doing, and you got to have an administration that's supportive of how long it takes. I mean, it's not easy for anybody to maintain it or to get it going. And with injuries and all the things that happen with these young people, they are human beings. They have finals, they have feelings, they have problems, and we're trying to navigate all that and trying to get them to make a layup. And that's tough. But it's a business, and that's what it is. But we're proud of our kids, and we're sad to see them go, but I know the guys are going to play hard for Greg. They show that he deserves that opportunity, and hopefully, you know, they can get over some of their woes. So, you know, congratulations to them for winning their game last night because they needed it. We dropped one more than them, but everybody's down in the cold. We were all like, gosh, we're not giving fans anything to look at here. So we're glad we both could get a win. Anything else? Thank you.